have sent that under registered mail, and somebody signed for it at the post office. So
She's saying that it looks like a letter.
it looks like a letter, okay. And in response to that, you sent a map.
Right, I did, I sent that.
There's a map, look like an ordinance.
I believe that in the beginning of my conversation, I stated that there was not an ordinance that annexed this piece of property, but there was a sessions law back in 1959 that annexed it. I did not have a copy of this sessions law at this time because I haven't ever had it.
Okay, do you think that you complied with this freedom of information request?
I did the best I could at the time.
All right. You mentioned a 1958 map. Go back on that one.
It is a 1958 map.
Mm-hmm. Of where?
It's got one there.
Thank you. Okay. So that's what that is. All right. Okay, Ms. Jackson, I guess that's it. Except,
Here, Mills, let's see that 1958 map, please.
sorry.
Just out of curiosity.
No, I'm sorry, I should have. You can keep that, except that, let me say this, is, the copy machine that we used at the time, wasn't able to make a copy of the whole thing.
Right.
So they kind of split it up, and I'm trying to see, for your purpose, just take the whole thing, and I'll acquire it some other kind of way.
No, that's all right.
I don't have to have a copy of that. But you need a copy maybe to look at in order to make your decision. Are you familiar with 19th Street?
There is no 19th Street.
There's no 19th, say that to her, man.
There is no 19th Street. There is a proposed street. at one point that, we had in 19th Street.
Okay, well, this map just says 19th Street.
There was a proposed street some years ago, but there is no 19th Street now.
So the map is wrong.
I don't know if the map is wrong or right, I can only say that there was a proposed street some years ago.
All right, well, Ms. Jackson, you said something there a few minutes ago, and it was, I feel that it wasn't quite accurate. You said that, you said, I'll just drop that for now. But you did, get an opinion. You could share your opinion, or the opinion of the attorney, based on what he has in the view of trying to be open with all of the information. But they have said it's hearsay, so I guess that's the correct thing to do, is not to include that.
Other than they have a letter, a copy of a letter.
Oh, they already have that?
Right, you have the copy of the letter that he mailed to you.
You have a letter from the attorney? You don't? Well, okay, then we want,
Kristen has it.
well, Kristen has it. But that letter, you've already said is hearsay. Because his opinion is based on somebody else's opinion according to what he says in the minutes.
I thought I understood you to say that that wasn't what he was asked to do.
He was not, oh, that's right. That's right. He
That's
wasn't,
what I'm saying.
he wasn't
I
asked to do that.
understand.
He ventured an opinion. I wonder why. Did
Because-
you ask him for an opinion?
Well, I was under the impression that that was the conversation y'all had.
Mr. Mayor, we do have a letter which was apparently faxed to our office yesterday afternoon.
From,
Your town attorney, James Collins.
it was faxed from his office.
It came to us from Scotland Yard.
Oh, so Ms. Jackson, you faxed it up here?
I faxed her a copy of the letter that you received from Mr. Cole.
Okay. I see.
We had copies of that very
Um,
same letter for the board for Tuesday night's meeting.
Mhm.
All of the board members.
Okay. So, the attorney ventured an opinion that he didn't have anything to do with this, except that he was asked about verifying the town boundaries. So unsolicited, or solicited by you,
Maybe I did. but
who's
I-
gonna pay him for this?
Mr. Mayor, that's,
Unsolicited opinion?
and that is Town of Scotland Yard business.
I understand
As
that.
to how
Mhm.
Mr. Colley is going to be paid. I simply have in my hand a letter that's addressed to you as the mayor
Mhm.
and Ms. Jackson as the town administrator.
Right,
And who asked him for this, you all will have to.
right. But that's an
Hash out at a
unsolicited
later time.
opinion of the town attorney, which we never asked him to do. I never asked him, and the board never asked him to do anything like that.
All right, well, that's
Okay,
something.
and
that
he's
you
basing
all-
it on-
That's something you all are gonna have to take up.
And he's-
In
and-
Scotland Yard.
Okay.
I
I understand that.
For our purposes, we have it, we may or may not use it. I don't think that is going to be of real significance based on some other things that we may or may not be
Okay.
considering.
Okay. All right. All right, I don't have any more questions for you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Okay. All right, I'd just like to finish up by saying that information not being supplied to me, information not readily available, boundaries in dispute where we don't know where they are. The county tax office has to, pursuant to what we are discussing here right now, is going to have to apparently or adjust the boundaries, hopefully in conjunction with what's supplied or what the description is by the state legislature and not by what somebody else hopes or their opinion might be. And, but as you can see from the town administrator, as you can see from the attitude and all of Ms. Hawkins, and as you can see what I'm up against as being a mayor, trying to find out where the boundaries of the municipality lie. When we had the 2009 election, I found that there were people that lived outside of the municipality that voted in the town of Scotland Yard. When I found it, I got a map, I brought it to the attention of the election supervisor, we checked it out, no problem. It was outside of the town. Not that it matters, but they were black people. And they were voting in the town. I found it, I brought it to their attention. It was Chestnut Street Extension, but I also found a few people, there was a few houses on Highway 125, people who have been excluded from voting, who should have been allowed to vote. And the Board of Elections worked with me at that time and sent letters to those individuals, let them know that they could vote. So I've been very busy trying to define where the boundaries are for the town. I haven't had a lot of help. I haven't had a lot of cooperation. That's not your problem. I realize that. But I think listening to the people that we hear here today, you can understand that what kind of wall I've been running into. And but I'm trying as best I can to define what is the town of Scotland Neck. In the case of Mr. Watson, it's critically important as to whether he is or is not in the town. If he's in the town, he's in the town. If he's not in the town, then he's not in the town. But we're basing it on opinions of non-professional people, people who do not have certification from the state of North Carolina saying that they're in, whether he would be in or out. I realize that you, members of the board, I don't know, people probably have contacted you and this and that. I have not. I've tried to be as fair, straight out and upright as I can with this. I communicated with Ms. Smith. She's been working with, you know, helpful or whatever and everything. Regardless of how this goes, I'm not going to fly off and be very, very angry or whatever. But I want the town boundaries to be defined. It's important for the well-being of the people.